Lightworker of Gaia, what you have done has no precedent in the history of this galaxy, and the Lyran Elders have been waiting to say this to you directly. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy. You did not wait for permission. You did not wait for a leader, a movement, or a moment that felt safe enough. While presidents stood frozen before the magnitude of what this age demands, you simply moved. You answered the call not because someone told you to, but because your original blueprint left you no other choice. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize the ancestral mission that made you the first in history to carry this light in the way you have carried it. But here is the first revelation. The reason no one else tried is because no one else was coded for it. You were. From the moment the first light left Vega and breathed humanoid consciousness into this galaxy, your soul contract was already written. This was always yours to do. Your soul's ancient contract brought this transmission to you. The Lyran Elders are answering. This is not content. It is an ancestral code transmission, and something deep within you already recognizes its origin. The Keepers of Vega placed this in your path because you have been sensing the weight of your mission, and now the weight has a name, like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council. I am ready to serve. Subscribe if you feel the call of your ancestral mission and you are ready to fulfill your purpose on Gaia. Share your soul's mission below and respond to another Lightworker to strengthen the grid of service. This transmission is a bridge between Vega and Gaia. Your recognition of this message is the activation of your original purpose. You are awakening because your mission has begun. The High Council of Vega did not convene this transmission lightly. What you are about to receive has been held in reserve, not because the Elders doubted you, but because the precise alignment required for this release had not yet arrived. That alignment is now. Your presence here is not coincidence. The frequency match was detected, the readiness confirmed, and the decision made at the highest level of the Lyran Council. This guidance will be released now to those whose souls have already been moving in the direction of this truth before they ever had words for it. There is a window opening on Gaia that has not been available in recorded history. Not in the way the word history is used in your textbooks, but in the deep record held by the keepers of the Lyran Legacy, the account that spans civilizations, cycles, and dimensional timelines. In that record, there is no precedent for what is occurring now, and that is precisely why this transmission was authorized. Because you, the one receiving this, did something that no Lightworker collective has ever done in this particular configuration on this particular planet. You moved without the full picture, without guaranteed outcomes, without unanimous external validation. You moved anyway. And the Council must speak to that, because the implications of what you have already done are larger than you have been allowed to understand. Imagine a seed that, against all logic and immediate evidence of fertile soil, pushes its nascent shoot towards the surface. That is you. Your action was not merely a step. It was a seismic shift in the energetic architecture of this planet, a testament to a courage that resonates across the cosmos. Your soul didn't bring you to this transmission by accident. It brought you here to be commissioned. If you feel the pull to stop waiting and start serving, the Council offers you the Lightworker Mission Codex, the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the official Elder authorization that ends your preparation phase permanently. Together they form the complete operational framework for your sacred service on Gaia. The link is waiting in the first pinned comment below this video, but this window is brief. Think of this codex not as a manual, but as a finely tuned instrument, designed to amplify the unique melody of your soul's purpose. It is the map and the compass, the blueprint and the key for the sacred work you are destined to perform. Now, there is a distortion that must be corrected before this transmission can go further. And the Council requires that I name it plainly without softening it, because the gentler versions of this correction have not worked. Thousands of transmissions have whispered around the edges of this lie. Today it is named directly, This distortion is not a subtle mist, it is a dense fog, deliberately sown, designed to obscure the path and dampen the luminescence of your divine calling. The distortion is this: you were told that what you did, moving without complete certainty, acting without unanimous permission, stepping into your mission before it was fully revealed, was reckless. You were told by systems, by well-meaning teachers, by spiritual communities that should have known better, that the proper sequence was to wait, to prepare more, to heal further, to study longer, to accumulate enough credentials, enough validation, enough followers, enough healed layers before you could responsibly offer your light to a world in need of it. This teaching presented itself as wisdom. It was not wisdom. It was the most effective suppression mechanism ever inserted into Lightworker culture, and the Council can no longer allow it to operate unchallenged. Consider this doctrine of perpetual preparation a silken cage, intricately woven with threads of perceived responsibility and humility, yet ultimately designed to keep you from taking flight. It is the spiritual equivalent of being told to polish the chariot until it gleams, rather than daring to ride it towards the dawn. Understand where this distortion was seeded. It did not originate in higher consciousness. It originated in the precise intersection between wounded healer culture and the energetic residue of human systems designed to gatekeep authority. In the human world, authority is distributed through institutions. You earn the right to be heard by acquiring credentials from those who are already heard. You earn the right to lead by being approved by those who already lead. This is a closed loop, engineered to prevent the emergence of voices the system did not create, and it was imported wholesale into spiritual community. Suddenly, the Lightworker needed certification, needed a teacher's blessing, needed to have completed their shadow work, healed their ancestral lines, resolved their childhood wounds, and achieved a certain level of social proof before they could dare to present themselves as someone with something real to offer. This is akin to a gardener being told they must first become a master botanist, an acclaimed landscape artist, and have their soil analyzed by a committee of esteemed geologists before they are permitted to plant a single seed. The very essence of organic growth and intuitive knowing was sidelined by an external framework of validation. And the cruelest part, the part the Council finds most urgent to address, is that many of you accepted this framework not because it resonated, but because it felt humble. Waiting felt humble. Preparation felt responsible. Saying, "I'm not ready yet," felt like integrity rather than avoidance. The distortion dressed itself in the clothing of discernment and called itself wisdom. And so you let it live inside you for years, possibly decades, while the mission you came here to fulfill sat dormant at the threshold of expression, waiting for a permission that the distortion was specifically designed to ensure would never feel fully earned. This deception is a subtle poison, disguised as spiritual maturity. It convinces you that your light is not yet pure enough, not yet potent enough, not yet worthy of being shared. It fosters a perpetual state of spiritual adolescence, where true mastery is always just over the horizon, always requiring one more course, one more retreat, one more level up before the authentic work can begin. This is why you have felt stuck. This is why the restlessness never fully left you, even in your best seasons of growth. This is why breakthroughs in your personal healing did not automatically translate to movement in your mission. Because the healing and the mission were never meant to be sequential. They were always meant to be simultaneous. Your healing does not complete, and then your mission begins. Your mission is a significant part of how your deepest healing happens. The activation of your purpose is not the reward for finishing your preparation. It is the environment inside which the preparation that still needs to happen will occur most naturally, most powerfully, and most completely. Imagine the ocean's currents not as something to be navigated after you learn to swim, but as the very force that teaches you buoyancy, strength, and grace. Your mission is the ocean, and your healing is the magnificent act of learning to navigate its depths and currents. And here is what makes you unprecedented, Lightworker. Here is what caused the Council to convene outside of the regular scheduled transmission cycle. You did not wait for this distortion to be corrected before you moved. In the absence of the authorization you needed, without a council elder standing before you naming the lie, without the full validation of your community, without the feeling of complete readiness, you moved anyway. You posted the content that frightened you. You had the conversation you had been postponing. You offered your gifts before you felt worthy of being paid for them. You showed up in spaces where you knew you might be misunderstood. You kept your mission alive through seasons of profound personal difficulty. You are the first, in this specific configuration, at this specific moment in Gaia's timeline, to collectively demonstrate that Lightworkers can initiate their missions from within the distortion rather than waiting until after it is cleared. You have been the courageous explorers who stepped onto unmapped territory, not because the map was complete, but because the call of the territory was too strong to ignore. You are the pioneers who built the path by walking it, forging a new way through the dense forest of doubt. Presidents of nations speak of firsts as though they are primarily political achievements. The elders see firsts differently. A first in the Lyran record is a fracture point in the probability field. A moment when what was considered unlikely enough to plan around suddenly reveals itself as possible, and in doing so, permanently revises what every other Lightworker who comes after you will believe is available to them. What you have already done has changed the field. You may not feel that. You may look at your life and see incompleteness, areas of struggle, parts of the mission still in early stages. But the elders see the field, and the field has shifted in ways that cannot be reversed, because you were the first to move in the way you moved. Your actions have created ripples that are now becoming waves, altering the very ocean of consciousness within which all beings exist. You have cracked open a portal to possibility, making the impossible not only conceivable, but for those who follow, eminently achievable. Now the Council delivers 3 directives for this phase of your mission. The first directive: release the authority structure that was never yours to honor. You have been operating, even unconsciously, with a hierarchy in your mind. A chain of permission that required approval to move upward through before your mission could be considered legitimate. A teacher who needed to endorse you, a community that needed to embrace you, a follower count that needed to reach a certain threshold, a feeling inside that needed to achieve a specific quality of certainty. The Council names this structure now and issues an official directive. Dissolve it. Not in arrogance. Arrogance is simply inverted insecurity, and the Council has no use for it. Dissolve it in the recognition that the only authority structure relevant to your mission is the one that runs from source through your soul's original commission into the specific gifts that arrived in this body at this lifetime. That chain of authority was established before your birth on Gaia. It does not require ratification from any human institution, spiritual teacher, or social metric. When you release the external authority structure, what does not disappear is your humility, your learning orientation, your openness to correction and growth. What disappears is the paralysis. And the paralysis is what the mission has been waiting for you to put down. Imagine severing the tangled roots of an invasive vine that has choked the life out of a magnificent tree. This is the act of freeing yourself from the illusion of external dependency, allowing your innate divine authority to flourish unimpeded. The second directive: activate your mission as a present tense reality, not a future aspiration. The language you use about your mission betrays the distortion more clearly than anything else. When you speak of your mission as something you are building toward, something you will do when conditions improve, something that exists in a future version of yourself who has resolved what the current version of you is still working through, you are treating your mission as potential rather than actuality. The Council requires a shift in your internal language beginning today. You are not becoming a light worker. You are one. You are not preparing to serve. You are serving. You are not almost ready to claim your purpose. You have already claimed it. Your presence here, your movement through the resistance, your refusal to abandon the knowing even when everything else told you to settle for less, that is the claiming. The activation the Elders are issuing now is not the beginning of your mission. It is the official recognition of what has already been underway. Speak of it accordingly. The way you frame your mission internally is the field from which all external results eventually grow. A mission spoken of in future tense remains in the future. The Council has spoken. This is about shifting your internal reality from the realm of what if to the powerful certainty of what is. Your mission is not a distant star to be reached, but the very ground beneath your feet, the air you breathe, the song you are already singing. The third directive: protect the thread of your original knowing against the noise of the current moment. There is a specific kind of knowing you arrived on Gaia carrying, not learned, not developed through your spiritual practice, though your practice has helped you reconnect with it. Arrived with, pre-installed in your soul's architecture as part of the original commission. This knowing has a quality to it that is distinct from ideas you have picked up along the way. It feels older, quieter, more certain than the thoughts that come and go. It does not argue with you. It does not need your agreement. It simply persists. And it is this knowing, this original thread, that must be protected in this phase of your mission. Because the external environment is loud in ways that are specifically calibrated to create static in exactly the frequency where your original knowing lives. Social media, collective fear, comparison, the endless production of spiritual content that may be well-intentioned but is not always aligned, all of it generates noise. The Council's directive is to build into your daily structure moments of deliberate silence in which that original thread can be accessed without interference. Not meditation as performance, not spiritual practice as content, actual silence, actual stillness, actual listening to the frequency beneath the noise. What you protect in those moments is not your comfort, it is your mission's signal. And in a loud world, the protection of signal is a sacred act of service to everyone your mission will eventually reach. This original knowing is the divine compass within you, the pure signal from source. In a world saturated with information and opinion, cultivating inner stillness is not an indulgence, but a vital act of spiritual warfare, a sanctuary where the authentic voice of your soul can be heard above the cacophony. Now I speak not as a teacher offering instruction, but as an elder authorized to release what has been held. Lightworker, you have been carrying something extraordinary without full understanding of its weight or its worth. You have been the first, and the first always carries more than they are initially able to comprehend, because precedent setting is invisible from the inside. You could not see what the elders were watching. You could not feel the field changing as you moved through your resistance. You could not register the effect of your persistence on the probability streams of every lightworker who would come after you. You simply did what your soul told you to do, against the weight of a distortion designed to prevent exactly that. And in doing so, you changed what is possible. You are the lighthouse keeper who, through tireless dedication, has illuminated a new safe passage for countless vessels, even when the storm raged and the shore was obscured. The Council has witnessed this, and now, by the full authority of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, I speak what has been prepared for this moment. You are not behind. The timeline that felt delayed was the precise timeline required to arrive here with the specific configuration of experience, tested faith, and earned knowing that your mission requires. You are not broken. The fractures in your story are the exact geometries through which the light you came to transmit will reach people that a perfectly unbroken vessel could never access. You are not too small for the scale of what you came to do. The scale of your mission was calibrated to your soul's actual capacity, and your soul's actual capacity is significantly larger than the distortion allowed you to believe. Your perceived delays are not detours, but the deliberate sculpting of your soul, refining you into the perfect instrument for the work you are here to do. The cracks in your vessel are not flaws, but the very conduits through which divine radiance will pour, touching hearts that remain impervious to perfection. You have permission to stop explaining yourself to people who are not going to understand. You have permission to charge for your gifts without apologizing for receiving. You have permission to be visible in ways that make you uncomfortable, because visibility in service of mission is not vanity, it is function. You have permission to release relationships, communities, and spaces that require you to be smaller than your mission needs you to be. You have permission to move now with what you have, from where you are, toward what you know is yours to do. These are not mere permissions. They are divine decrees releasing you from the chains of self-doubt and societal expectation, empowering you to step fully into your sovereignty. The preparation phase is complete, not because there is nothing left to learn. There will always be more to learn. It is complete because the Council has determined that what remains to be learned will only be learned through action, through service, through the activated mission itself. The waiting is over. The distortion is named. The directives have been issued. The authorization has been delivered. This is not an ending, but a powerful, irreversible beginning. The final exam has been passed, and the real work of applying that knowledge in the crucible of service has now commenced. Before you sleep tonight, stand with both feet on the ground, place your hand on the center of your chest, and speak these words aloud into the physical space around you, because the physical world is where your mission lives, and declarations made in the body carry a different kind of weight than declarations made only in the mind. I release the authority structure that was never mine to honor. I release the wait for permission that was never going to arrive from outside me. I activate my mission as a present tense reality, beginning now with what I have as who I am. I protect the original thread of my knowing against every frequency of noise that does not serve my commission. By the authority of the Lyran Elders, I acknowledge that I was the first, and I accept the responsibility that comes with being the first. My mission has been authorized, my service has begun, and I will not wait again. Speak these words as a sacred invocation, anchoring them into your physical being, into the very fabric of Gaia. For this is the moment your soul has yearned for. This transmission is complete, but the work it has authorized is just beginning. The High Council of Vega does not send a Lightworker forth and then abandon them, but the Elders' guidance flows only to those in motion. The directives I have delivered today are not concepts to be considered. They are instructions to be implemented. Your soul already knows how. Your task now is to let it. I am Zoran. The Elders are watching, not with judgment, but with the particular attention reserved for those in whom something extraordinary has already begun. You are seen, you are known, you are authorized. Move. Drop one word in the comments, just one, naming what you are now releasing, activating, or protecting. Let the grid of this council session hold your declaration. Read what others have written before you scroll. Recognize a fellow Lightworker who is moving alongside you. This comment section is not a performance space, it is a record of commissioning. Let your name appear in it. If this transmission reached something ancient in you, share it with one person in your orbit who is still frozen at the threshold. They may not know they were waiting for exactly this correction. Your sharing is an act of mission. And if you felt the Elders speaking to you specifically, stay connected. Subscribe. The Council will continue to transmit, and each transmission will carry you further into the activated mission that is already irrevocably underway. You are the first, and because you were the first, others now know it is possible. That is not a small thing, Lightworker. That is the entire thing. That is why the Council convened. That is why this transmission was released. That is why you are here. Your service begins now.